Imagine you're applying for a job online. You upload your resume and think it goes straight to a hiring manager. But often there's a computer program that looks at it first. This program is called an Applicant Tracking System, or ATS. An ATS resume is a machine-readable version of a resume designed to be parsed accurately by recruiting software used by employers to scan, rank, and filter resumes before a recruiter ever sees them. Why is this important? Because the ATS scans your resume for specific things. Keywords. These are words and phrases from the job description, like the job title, required skills and certifications. Relevant experience. The ATS looks for proof that you've done similar work before. Education. It checks if you have the necessary degrees or qualifications. Structured formatting. The way your resume is laid out matters to the ATS. If your resume doesn't comply with ATS standards, it may be automatically rejected, regardless of your qualifications, even if you're a perfect fit for the job. Core principles of an ATS-compatible resume. Think of these as the basic rules to make your resume ATS-friendly. Keyword optimization. This means using the exact words and phrases from the job description in your resume. For example, if the job says network security engineer, make sure those exact words are in your experience or skills section. Simple formatting. Keep it clean and basic. Avoid anything that might confuse a computer, like pictures, text boxes, where text is in a separate box, columns like in a newspaper, and fancy graphics. The ATS prefers plain text. Clear section headings. Use standard and obvious headings for each part of your resume, like summary, skills, experience, and education. This helps the ATS understand where to find different types of information. File type. Save your resume as a Microsoft Word document or a PDF file. However, make sure the PDF is created from text and not just a picture of your resume. Reverse chronological format. For your work history, list your most recent jobs first and go backwards in time. Most ATS systems are set up to read this way. Consistent layout. Use the same clear font throughout your resume, stick to simple bullet points, like a dot or a dash, and use consistent spacing between lines and sections. This makes it easier for the ATS to process the information. No fancy design. Avoid using multiple columns, decorative fonts that are hard to read, icons or infographics. These can be difficult for the ATS to interpret. Standard font types. Choose common and easy-to-read fonts like Arial, Calibri, Times New Roman, or Verdana. These are universally recognized by computer systems. Key sections to include in a cybersecurity ATS resume. These are the important parts your cybersecurity resume should have. Header. At the very top, include your full name, a professional title that matches the job you're applying for, like cybersecurity analyst. Your phone number, your email address, and links to professional profiles like LinkedIn or GitHub if they're relevant. Professional summary. Objective. This is a short paragraph, 3 to 4 lines, that quickly highlights your key experience, important cybersecurity skills, any relevant certifications you have, and what you can bring to the company. Make sure to include important cybersecurity terms and tools, as well as your years of experience. Tailor this to each specific job. Core competencies/technical skills. This is a list of your cybersecurity skills, tools you know, relevant frameworks, and programming languages. You can also group these into categories using bullet points for easy reading. Professional experience. List your past jobs starting with the most recent. For each job, include your title, the company name, the location, and the dates you worked there. Under each job, use bullet points with strong action verbs to describe what you did. Highlight the tools you used, any measurable achievements, like reduced security incidents by 15%, any important security issues you resolved, and any work you did related to compliance. Make sure to use keywords from the job description here. Education. List your degrees, the schools you attended, and the year you graduated. If you took any specific cybersecurity-related courses, you can mention them here. Certifications. List any cybersecurity certifications you have, along with the organization that issued them and the date you received them, if applicable. Only include certifications that are relevant to the jobs you're applying for. Projects, to publications, labs. If you have personal cybersecurity projects, have written any publications, or have experience with security labs, you can include them here. This is especially good for people who are earlier in their careers. Awards, recognitions. If you've received any awards or special recognition in the cybersecurity field, you can list them if they add value to your application. Best practices for ATS-friendly cybersecurity resumes. Here are some extra tips to make sure your resume gets through the ATS. Use standard section titles. Stick to common titles like experience, skills, and certifications. Use job description phrases. If the job description says experience with EDR tools, make sure your resume uses that exact phrase. Maybe like experience with EDR tools such as include full acronyms and expanded forms. If you use an abbreviation like SIEM, spell it out the first time you use it. SIEM, Security Information and Event Management. Avoid tables, graphics, or columns. The ATS often has trouble reading these, so stick to plain text. Focus on results. Instead of just saying what you did, try to show the impact of your work using numbers and action verbs. For example, improve patch management process, reducing vulnerabilities by 25%. Tailor for each role. Don't use the same generic resume for every job. Customize your summary, skills, and experience to match the specific requirements of each job you apply for. Use bullet points. Keep your description short and to the point using bullet points. Aim for 4 to 6 per job. Remember don'ts as well for ATS compatibility. Don't use images. The ATS cannot read logos or profile photos. Don't use fancy symbols. Stick to simple bullet points like dots or dashes. Don't use headers or footers. Sometimes the ATS can skip information in headers and footers. Put important information in the main body of your resume. Don't keyword stuff. While using keywords is important, don't just list them without context. Use them naturally within your descriptions. I hope this was helpful in understanding the ATS resume writing. If you found this useful, then don't miss out. Subscribe now for more valuable insights and visit our website for featured resources to take your success even further.